Hi everybody, it's Isaac here, back with another video. Today's video, we are going to do just kind of a short comparison over my opinion of whether I think sessioning is worth it. And overall, my answer is, it really just depends. Like a lot of things in this world, if you think they're worth it, it really just depends on your situation. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. Before we get started, very, very important announcement. We are doing a giveaway on my channel. It ends at the end of March. The last Friday of March, I guess I should say. So I will link that video in the description. Please follow the instructions. They are not difficult. But we're going to get right into it. First things first, we'll talk about maybe reasons sessioning is worth it. First things first, your team. If you session, your team typically goes up on the leaderboards. If you're sessioning and it doesn't, that means all the other teams are still racing more than you. Now, you shouldn't really be seeing that a lot. If you're going to do a lot of races, your team should go up, but sometimes I do a fair bit of racing and my team goes down. So I guess no system is perfect, but whatever. The other thing you can do is sessioning means you're doing a lot of racing. And when you do a lot of racing, that gives you a lot of rewards. For instance, sessioning is a pretty good way to get better season rank, both on the leaderboard they don't show anymore, and in terms of your season progress levels and stuff. Also gets you a bunch more cash, which is nice, I guess, for a lot of people. You know, if you need to get your season done really quickly, maybe you're the last day of it, then sessioning makes a lot of sense. Also, sorry if my voice sounds bad today. I have a cold or something, and my voice has been not great. I also have to yawn. I'm tired. Okay, next things next. If you can't tell, this video is unedited today because I just don't have energy. It's also non-scripted. Next thing is it really does help a lot with your typing consistency. Not so much your speed, but your just helping with your accuracy too, especially if you're doing a big session because you probably won't be typing at your highest words per minute. But it can help a lot with consistency, with your endurance. And those are really all the pros of sessioning. Team ranking up, more stuff for your account, more ranking up on the personal leaderboards. It'll help your consistency, it'll help your accuracy. Now let's talk about some of the cons of sessioning. First things first, it's pretty unhealthy, especially big ones. Big sessions have been known to cause a lot of issues to typists' hands. There have been some who have fallen asleep at the end of a session because they don't have time to eat or sleep, which is very dangerous. It is possible to die from not sleeping. It takes a while, but it is possible. It also can make you susceptible to more illnesses. It can give you symptoms of illnesses. It's just, sleep isn't something you want to mess around with. Get your sleep. But yeah, sessioning can disturb that. And I do recommend, if you're going to go for a big session, get a lot of sleep the night before. Go to bed way earlier than you normally would. Make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're eating food. Another thing I think that would be a disadvantage is it'll make Nitro Type really boring really quick. Especially, if you've been doing it for a while. For me, I don't do big sessions. My highest session is 150. I'm going to get a much larger session over the summer. I'm going to try to get 400. But that's still up in the air. There's definitely some things I need to do to prepare myself for that. Sessioning is also, especially if you have a worse computer or a worse designed one, really hard on your cooling system for your computer. I have a gaming laptop, so the cooling is pretty beefy on this thing, and it doesn't really overheat. But a lot of people, including my old laptop, would overheat pretty quickly. Not even 50 races in, I'd have to shut it down and let it sit. And I did get a cooling pad for it, but that didn't really help because it didn't have vents. It was really badly designed. I'm surprised it ever made it into the market. But yeah, that's something you should keep in mind. Other than that, though, it definitely is boring. It's bad for your health. And it's hard on your computer, depending on your computer. But overall, sessioning does have its pros and cons. These are just the basic points. There are definitely a lot of things you could go into for this. But overall, I think it is worth it for shorter sessions, but for thousands and thousands of races, not really worth it ever since they took out those achievements. You used to be able to get achievements for really, really long, 2,000 race sessions, I believe was the highest, maybe 1,800. I don't know, maybe even higher than that. But then Nitro Type took that out, shortly after, I think, somebody like fell asleep or maybe even passed out during one of their sessions. At least that happened relatively close to the time that they took that feature out. They didn't want to be a liability by encouraging in it, so they got rid of it. And obviously you can still session, but there's no achievements for it anymore. So overall, it depends, but I think it is worth it for shorter ones and not worth it for longer ones. That is just my 2 cents. Make sure to leave your opinion in the comments. Have you ever done a big session? If so, what is your largest session? Be honest, although I don't really care too much. I'm not going to be like worshipping somebody's account because they have a big session or anything. But yeah, be honest in the comments. Don't be like, I did a 20,000 race session. That would be insane. Also, if you're going to do that big of a session, you might as well like get some people to help you with it or something. Like account sharing is a thing. Don't ever bot because that's just bad. But that's it for today's video. Make sure to join the giveaway. I'll link that video in the description. Have a great day.